Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Max, and this is GC Informer. You guys notice how Snowy was the first face of GameCast and the first news video, and he didn't even take advantage of being able to roast us? If I was him, I would have started an entire shitstorm, but instead he just has to say how he's the best newscaster and all that. You know, if he really was the best newscaster, he wouldn't have to rely on a video just to do an introduction for himself. Not to say I don't like the video, I love it. But anyways, we have a few stories to talk about, so let's get right into it. Earlier this week, it was announced that Mass Effect Andromeda will not be getting any single-player DLC. All of the DLC is going to be multiplayer focused. Now, in my opinion, this is probably a good thing, as the single player in that game was not anything worth playing, and I really don't want to see more of it, let alone have to pay for more of it. And interestingly enough, the multiplayer is kind of a step back from Mass Effect 3 as well, so I don't really care for more multiplayer DLC. In my opinion, this is a good thing, and maybe they can move on to making a sequel to Andromeda that isn't shit, or at least another game that we can be excited about. But to be real, the Andromeda team is probably going over to work on Anthem, because that seems to be BioWare's big next thing, and probably the thing they're going to be focusing on for the next 10 years. In other news, the Starcraft Remaster that we've been waiting on for so long finally has a release date. It's going to be coming on August 14th on PC, of course, and it's only going to be $14.99 here in the United States. For those who are unaware, the Starcraft Remaster is going to be coming with 4K resolution, enhanced audio, updated matchmaking, you know, the stuff you tend to expect from a remaster. And knowing the way Blizzard does things, this is going to be a very high-tier remaster, not just your bullshit kind of, oh, we remastered it, threw it out there, and it runs worse than the old game did. I'd compare it to the likes of the Crash Insane Trilogy quality of remaster. So if you have a Nintendo Switch and you're looking for some very expensive accessories, like more expensive than any of the first-party ones, a third-party company known as Colorware actually created some NES-style Joy-Cons that are $200. Colorware says that in order to make these controllers, they took the official Joy-Cons, took them apart, painted them, and put them back together, so they should work exactly like Nintendo's. You're not getting any BS Mad Catz-style controllers here. That $200 price is $120 more than normal Joy-Cons, so you better really like NES-styled things if you're gonna drop that much money on these. For those who don't know, Lawbreakers, Cliffy B's newest first-person shooter, is now in open beta, and that open beta is going to be lasting until July 5th. Personally, I've played the game, and I don't really think it's anything that great. You know, it's a pretty generic game. It calls back to like Quake and Unreal Tournament and, you know, Cliffy B's kind of repertoire with Epic Games. It's not awful, and the game is going to be worth $30, so that really softens the blow a lot for me. I think that it's worth $30. It's not something that I'm going to be picking up and playing much, but for those who are looking for a new first-person shooter on PC and PS4, this is your game. Try out the beta, see if it's for you. Game comes out on August 8th. And last but not least, if you remember, Forza 7 was announced at this year's Microsoft conference at E3. And you know, every year before that, we've been getting a Forza game. Every year since 2011, whether it's the mainline series or the spin-off Forza Horizon, which is incredible, by the way. Anyways, while those have been annualized, it's never officially been announced that the series is annualized. Now it has been. And I quote, "Now that Forza is between both Motorsport and Horizon, it's an annual title. It's really this interesting path that we weave between the two titles and try to keep up with the changes." Not gonna lie, that last sentence really doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, I understand the want for annualization, and it is a racing game, so it doesn't take too much time to develop compared to, you know, like RPGs and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm really not a big fan of annualized series in the first place. We all saw what happened with Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty. Forza is good. You know, each game is fucking incredible, to be completely honest, but I really don't see the need for annualization here. Instead, they could be sort of like The Crew, where the game lasts for a while and they just keep supporting it with expansion packs, maybe coming out with a sequel every 3 years or something like that. Don't get me wrong, I really like Forza. High quality series, I just don't like the idea of it being annualized, even though I guess it has been, so the track record is there. But I feel like people are going to get burnt out, even if they are switching between mainline and the open world Horizon series. Anyways, folks, that's about it for today's GC Informer. Thanks for checking out GameCast's official news show. And don't forget to stay with GameCast later today. We have 2 Let's Plays going up, and then the Run Right, Don't Die podcast, the first episode of our official GameCast podcast. I was actually given the privilege to be on the first episode with our 2 hosts, Vox and Shaka Panda, as well as our founder, Sully. Really some great stuff. Also, if you want to check out any of my personal stuff, links are down in the description. You know, follow me on Twitter, follow me on YouTube, and don't forget to follow GameCast stuff on all social media, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anything that exists, we are on it. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to stay tuned with GameCast for all of your gaming needs.